Influencers ask for free hotel stays often. I've been at this hotel sales department for about 4 months. Over this short period, I've had probably 5 to 6 social media influencers email me. The typical email goes something like this. Hi, I'm Manitojo. I'm a YouTube influencer with 1 million followers. I'm planning a trip with my kids' best friends, so whatever, next month, and was wondering if I could get one of the 2 rooms complimentary for 3 nights. In exchange, I'll make a post dedicated to your hotel, which will reach thousands of people who wouldn't have considered this location, your hotel, in their travel plan. Keep in mind that my hotel is in a competitive area with loads of events, so typical room rates go from $149 to $259, depending on what events we have going on. So basically $450 minimum for a social media post, when we get free advertising through our parent company. Now, as an influencer myself, I found this story to be very cringy. Not to the person who was writing about the complaint about it, but to the person who felt entitled to go into a hotel and say, I will post some things on the interwebs to thousands of people and maybe they'll come to you. It doesn't work like that. In a lot of cases, in my personal case, I haven't gone to anyone and offered them clout for their business or anything like that. If somebody wants me to influence something or suggest something, I get approached by that individual. I don't go seeking out people to influence, mainly due to the fact that it just seems so entitled. I don't know. It just seems so wrong. I guess that's the best way I could say it. So if you're this type of person, get help. Great-grandmother passed away. Caught my aunt trying to take the jewelry off her hands after the funeral. Backstory. My great-grandmother and I had an amazing relationship. It was no secret that I was her favorite, and she made that very known. She basically raised my mother due to not having an ideal home life with her parents. So when I was born, she immediately had more of a connection with me more than her other grandchildren. My great-grandmother passed away of natural causes at the ripe age of 90. As hard as this was for me to handle, I knew that she was ready to go. My great-grandpa died shortly before her, along with her first son from cancer, so she was ready to go be with them. She was a very religious person. In her will, she had pretty much left everything to me, which I split amongst her remaining children, and all of her grandchildren. The only things I wanted to keep that she left me was her jewelry because it meant so much to her. She grew up as an orphan with her 5 brothers and sisters through the Great Depression, along with my great-grandpa. Was never able to go to school because she had to provide for her younger siblings. So when they finally made it out of the rough times and my great-grandpa started to make great money, she was able to purchase things that she would have never been able to thought possible, like nice jewelry. She absolutely adored all of her pieces and took amazing care of them. I wanted these pieces of jewelry to give my daughter one day because she absolutely cherished my daughter. Even more to me. The day of my great-grandmother's funeral. We're prepping for the funeral, getting people seated where they need to be, saying hi to family we hadn't seen in years, etc. My aunt, whom is quite the shithead and has always been, shows up blackout drunk to the funeral, making it about her more than anything and being overly dramatic, and making people tend to her while we are all grieving. The funeral was beautiful. Tears were shed, stories were told, laughs were had. It was great. She would have loved it. As everyone is leaving the service, close family and friends are allowed to say their final goodbyes, in which we do. I want it to be the last because of how close we were, and I want it to be the last one to say see you later, rather than bye. As I'm approaching her coffin to say my piece, I hear the doors open behind me, and in stumbles my aunt, sobbing of course. She tries to say goodbyes with me, but I tell her I just want a minute to myself, so she stays behind. As I'm saying my farewells and I love yous, I reached in my pocket grabbing her 2 favorite rings. One was a sapphire ring and one was an emerald ring, and I placed them on the fingers where she wore them every day. They aren't of huge value, but they were precious to her, and I wanted her to ride into the light feeling more beautiful than she was on earth. It was a small gesture, but it really eased my mind over the situation. My aunt sees me doing so and makes some remark like, "That's so kind. She would have loved that." I wipe my eyes, kiss her forehead, and proceed to walk to the exit. As I'm doing so, I just happen to look over my shoulder at my aunt, and I see her hands inside the coffin, down by my great-grandmother's hands. I just think, maybe she's just holding her hands one last time. Cool, whatever. But my curiosity gets the best of me and I kind of just stop at the exit and face my aunt to see what's going on. This is when I see her lift her hands out of the casket and place the rings I had just put on her hands in her fucking pocket. I immediately lose my shit. It went down like this. Wait, did you seriously just take Mama's ring off her fucking fingers and put them in your pocket?
Huh? What? Excuse me.
You fucking heard me, you idiot. Did you just take the fucking rings off her hands I just put on her?
What? Well, yes, but she promised me those. She always told me that I would get them.
No, she absolutely did fucking not. You saw the will. You made the remark about how you deserve them. Which again, no you fucking don't.
You got everything. Stop being a selfish fucking asshole and let me have these. You know I'm in a rough spot.
Wait, so you're going to try and fucking sell them?
What's the big fucking deal? She's fucking dead. Just let me have them and shut the fuck up, you little brat.
I am 2 seconds away from hitting a woman for the first time in my life and knocking this bitch the fuck out. Little did I know, my mom was right outside the door and heard everything. Right about the time I'm about to sleep my aunt, she throws the door open, grabs my aunt by the hair, reaches in her pocket and grabs the rings. My aunt just laid there in shock for a second before dramatically storming out of the funeral home. My mother and I hug, have a moment, and we go to put the rings back on her hands before the casket took her away. I am still just absolutely blown away by this, and it makes me fucking sick. If you're ever in a situation like this, I suggest just knocking the bitch out. But hey, that's just me. Alright, so this one touched a lot of bases and got me in my feelings in a way. I'm gonna be honest, I might have been speaking from the heart when I was reading this one, because I might have a family member that's just like this, and I might have gotten to a tussle just like this. So I don't want to get into the whole nitty gritty of it, and maybe one day I'll write my own I think it's an EP type of thing, but I'll write my own story on it, or I'll tell it on here. But I don't like airing my dirty laundry too much when it comes to this type of thing. However, I do want to say I hope that aunt gets whatever comes to her in life, because the amount of karmatic value that you just lost doing stuff like that, doing something like this because you're on hard times, is just the dumbest thing. And what's worse is that she was part of the cut to the people that got a cut of the girl's cut, which is the craziest thing. What did you do with the money she gave you? Where did that go? Why do you feel that you need more? Show up like a goddamn mess to a funeral is it's disgusting. You're embarrassing yourself and you're embarrassing the family. If you feel like you can't handle it, don't go. Save yourself the embarrassment, save everyone else the embarrassment, and just don't go. Yeah, the mother was a little wrong putting her hands on this person, but at the same rate, emotions are high at a funeral, and I saw where they were coming from. And honestly, this aunt, there's some people you can save, and there's just some that don't. There ain't no saving for these people. There just ain't no saving people nowadays. Friend makes a huge fuss over voice acting a character. Okay, so I'm a small animator on YouTube and currently working on a cartoon series. I'm animating, producing, and editing the whole thing myself. My friend wanted to voice act a character in said series, so I was happy to let him. Keep in mind that this is a very minor character and he doesn't make that many appearances. This is how our conversation went.
Hey, so Bill told me that you're working on a cartoon. Can I be in it?
Sure. The only character I have in mind to suit your voice is Chet, a minor character. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Can I see the script?
Sure. Here's the script for the first episode.
Cool. Yeah, can we give Chet a few more lines and make him a bit nicer? Since the character is like me, I want him to act like me.
Dude, this character isn't based on you. He's just one with a similar voice.
Yeah, I get that, but can we have a few more lines? I feel you don't see enough of his personality.
Dude, I told you he was a minor character, and this is just the first episode.
Oh! We should totally do a side series focusing on him and his backstory. Like, why is he in a gang? Why is he mean? Does he have some sort of redemption?
Sorry, but the character doesn't have an interesting backstory. I already have a lot of characters to focus on, and he isn't my priority.
Yo, once the YouTube starts paying us, we should make some merch with him on it. He could have like a cute catchphrase like, "That's my Butter's turkey."
That's if YouTube pays us, and maybe I'll give him a catchphrase since he's a comic relief character, but it won't be that.
Cool. By the way, how much can I be paid once I start getting money? Like, what percentage of the cut?
I don't know, I'll probably use most of the revenue to get better animation equipment than my phone and stylus, which I don't even have. I mean, if you really want, I can give you a small cut.
How's 25% sound?
You're kidding, right?
No, seriously, 25% isn't that much. I need to make money too.
You do realize I have like 12 voice actors who I will also have to pay once we get funded? If we get funded, I'll probably be only able to keep 25% of my own pay for myself and use the rest for the cartoon.
Yeah, but like, I'm your friend, so you can pay me more, right? How about 15?
Dude, you'll be lucky if you get 5%. If I'm paying any voice actors more, it'll be the main characters. I want to use 50% of the cartoon profit so that we can improve it and maybe get some advertising.
Whatever. Pretty sure my character is going to be the fan favorite, though.
Yeah, fangirls do typically like the gay characters more.
Wait, he's gay?
Yeah, what's the issue? It gives the character some depth, and the show has to have a little fan service.
Dude, you can't make him gay. Everyone else will make fun of me.
The character was already gay when you chose it. He's going to be shipped with his best friend, Brett.
Everybody at school already calls me gay. Don't tell me this is your way of saying I'm gay.
Listen to me. You are not your character. You are acting. That's why it's called voice acting.
Still, can't we have another gay couple? What about, some other guys?
One of them is 19, and the other is 14.
Bill? Ted?
That would be Self-Cess, and there are two characters who are basically the same person from different dimensions. One of them is already in a relationship with a dude. She's a murderer. And the last one is literally her mom.
And can't you change the script? I don't want to play a gay guy.
Listen, I can kick you out of the script whenever I want. I already have plenty of people who can fill the part just as well. So either zip it and be happy, you even got to be in the show, or I kick you off. Deal?
Ugh, whatever.
So yeah, I was trying to be professional as possible, but my friend, who is an entitled jerk, thought he was entitled to change the script and show. Sorry if this is long, but I just get pissed whenever someone thinks they know more than I do, or are entitled to special treatment when I work my butt off just to give them some sort of benefit. Anyway, hope you enjoyed reading. Alright, so this touches bases on both things that are me. I am both a voice actor, and believe it or not, I have a degree in animation. And I still agree with the animator 100% on this. First off, as a voice actor, you have no control over what the script is. You have no control over how the animation should go down. That's not your decision. That decision's already been made. In many cases, lots of parts of the animation have already been animated. The only things that haven't been animated as you, the voice actor, is your role as the voice actor. So the character's animation hasn't been completed yet during your vocal roles. Other than that, most of the other things are pretty much there. Everything's set, story, everything. It's there already. And to ask an animator to put more on it because you don't think it's going to be a big deal, do you have any idea how hard animation is? It is a chore. It is a task. It is a nightmare. I always put it out this way. If you're thinking of going into animation, look at it like this. If you're looking at, I don't know, let's say a second of animation. 1 second. For every second, there are 24 frames in a featured animation, or sometimes 30. Those 30 frames, those 24 frames, are 24 individual pictures. 24 individually hand-drawn images. Sometimes you can get away with doing half cut, so it's actually 12 individually hand-drawn animations extended over 24 frames, but still, That's a lot. That's a lot of work for 1 second. Multiply that over a minute, multiply that over 5 minutes. Imagine how hard this becomes. This is why the Japanese animation industry sticks to a lot of things where their characters are very stationary when they're talking. It's cheaper to animate mouths than it is to animate a whole body. It takes a long time. And I'm not saying that they're being lazy. No, they're being cost efficient in this particular case. So as a voice actor, suck it up and understand that the animator, who is doing this for free, by the way, can only do so much. And don't expect so much pay when you volunteered to be a voice actor for this person. Jesus Christ. Anyways, that's my opinion on these Reddits. I hope you guys enjoyed them as much as I did, and as much anger as it might have caused you. I still want to know what your personal opinions are in the comment section below, and I want to know what you guys think. I truly do. And I want to know if you guys had any questions or anything along that line. I'll be more than happy to answer most of them. And I love reading your comments too, because I like to respond to them. I like talking to you people. I really do. So leave that comment below. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring that bell icon, and leave a like. I heard it does something. I'm not sure what. Just try it. Maybe if you leave a like, there might be a kitten at your front door tomorrow. But I can't promise that. But hey, who knows? You might open a door and there's literally a kitten walking across your sidewalk. But hey, you will never know until you try. I'm just putting it out there. So thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you very much for following along. As usual, as always, my friends, stay frosty and keep moving forward.